I was looking for some Afghan expertise, and one of my military assistants had suggested there's this guy named Chris Kalenda, and he's tucked away in the bowels of the Army staff, but he is one of the best and most experienced Afghan experts we have. You should ask for his help on this review. And so I did, and remarkably, the Army said, "Sure, you can borrow Chris." And so, what I appreciated about Chris is that he, first of all, his track record. He had been one of the most successful battalion commanders in eastern Afghanistan, one of the most difficult parts of Afghanistan. He was one of the few who sort of figured out how to actually engage the population and the leaders in his area and actually turn the security situation around. So he had incredible experience on the ground, but he also was a strategic thinker. He was able to kind of pull out from that tactical and operational experience and see the big picture and think more strategically about what a successful counterinsurgency campaign might look like and what was necessary to go forward. So I was very fortunate to pull him in as a special assistant and sort of counselor on Afghanistan, and he became a core part of the team. I think Chris was the voice of experience in the process. He kept bringing us back down to earth of like, what is the strategy? Does it really accord with the realities on the ground? What is it going to actually mean for the warfighter? Is it actually, a recipe for success, given, how Afghanistan actually works? So he was constantly injecting experience, reality, his understanding of Afghanistan into the discussion, so we didn't kind of float off into the clouds of theory or wishful thinking. So he was invaluable there. The second key part that he played was later when we began exploring, after some success with the military campaign, whether we could induce the Taliban to come to the negotiating table. And Chris became a critical part of that interagency team that was exploring the question of what would talks with the Taliban look like, how would we craft our position, how would we induce them to come to the table, and so forth.